Welcome to Phoenix, Arizona for the first game of Week 4 in the Simulation Football League. The Queen City Corsairs travel into Phoenix to take on the hometown Arizona Scorpions. Eric Benson alongside my best friend, Cade Stevens. Steven Hacker on stats. We might see Chad Rowland a little bit later on in the stats truck. And Cade, this is going to be a good matchup. Queen City has been looking very, very good. We'll see what Arizona can do to keep pace here today at home.
Very exciting matchup indeed, Eric. Happy to be back for some Week 4 action here with you and everybody involved. It'll be interesting to see if Arizona can get the defense going and try to slow down that Queen City passing attack.
Several different defenders in that Arizona secondary with multiple picks to their credit. We've got, a great dose of secondary action today. Queen City, obviously, with a great defense of their own. Jeff Duffy is a big name on that defensive line. We will have to see what he does today as far as sacks go. But it's going to be a great matchup. We've got kickoff coming up for you next. Stay with us. And the Scorpions will elect to kick the football to start things off. Queen City, white shirts, black pants, black helmets. They will receive the football, hands up, and we're ready to go here in Phoenix. Fielded from just behind the 10-yard line, Queen City going to return the football up to about the 29. Good starting field position here for the Corsairs as A.J. Caswell comes out onto the field. And Cade, we talked about their defense a little bit. Their offense is also looking pretty sharp.
Offense looking very sharp. They've struggled. We talked as we covered them just a couple of weeks ago about how they had struggled in the last couple of years to really get the run game going. That appears to still be a struggle with this offense, but Caswell in the passing game has been a highlight, and it's actually been working quite well for them to turn it over to the pass despite the run game woes.
And a pass to start things off, trying to get it to their playmaker, Steven Hacker. It is tipped and incomplete. We talked about A.J. Caswell out for his 7th season with the Corsairs. Jet Zero, the 8th overall pick here, going to be the fullback. Chris Curtis and Steven Hacker, the playmakers in this offense. James Matthew Jr., Freddie Tubbs Jr., and Griffin King, all stars on this offense to go along with James Peanuts Troll, who was a Week 2 signing earlier in the season. 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Caswell in the gun. He'll throw again. He's going to air it out over the middle of the field. The referee goes down, but not Chris Curtis, as he makes a clutch catch in the middle of the defense there for a first down.
Yeah, great inside route for Chris Curtis there. The ref just couldn't get out of the way in time, and I'm sure there's been plenty of times where the players might have wanted to do that intentionally. I do not believe this was intentional, but a nice route and nice catch and a first down for Queen City.
And they're going to load up in the backfield. That's Jet Zero with his first carry of the ball game. A little bit of an early start from the Scorpions defense. I believe they will take the penalty going off of just what we saw as far as the yardage goes there. And the Corsairs will accept the penalty. They'll get the free 5 yards and a first down. They'll repeat first down, I should say. So we'll get set up once again here as Caswell comes up to the line from the 46 of Arizona already. And again, coming out in that loaded backfield with Jet Zero as that back closest to your screen. He will get the handoff, lowers the shoulder, and will get about a couple there as he brings it out to the Arizona 44-yard line. Get a look at the impact players on defense for the Scorpions, and there are plenty of them here. Chad Tackle coming in his first season here in Arizona, obviously. Dede Sachs, Mark Mello on the defensive line, along with Alex Constantine, Joey Tropicana, BJ Lovelace, Tanner Hendricks, Manakanaka, Parker Thomas, Kanye Rockefeller, and the Hall of Famer Two Scoops, Eddie Gage, out there, as well as Caswell will go ahead and take the QB sneak, the QB draw, out to the 39-yard line. That will extend the chains, and this is something that Caswell kind of does here, Cade, in order to get those extra yards and move the sticks.
Yeah, he sure does, and it's one of those things that you don't ever really want to have to say about your football team rushing the ball. But Caswell been more successful in recent weeks taking the ball himself than handing the football off to fullback Jet Zero.
And Jet Zero, just as you're talking trash about him, Katie, gets a good chunk there, 7-8 yards out to the 33-yard line. That's going to keep it at second and manageable and keep them ahead of the situation here.
Eric, I believe I had a similar situation last week, talking a little smack about a player, and as I do that, they tend to be a little bit more successful. So if you're willing to pay a little extra to have me do that for your player, I have no problem doing so. But a great run there by Jet Zero.
Caswell's going to throw a duck, and man, what a catch there by Steven Hacker. In coverage was Kanye Rockefeller, and Hacker just goes up and grabs the 50-50 ball and comes up with the first down.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, your receivers, make you look a little bit better than what you are. Yeah, as you said there, Eric, that was a bit of a duck of a throw, but great play there by Hacker. Hacker coming into this game, 28 receptions, 583 yards. He's averaging almost 21 yards a catch and 7 touchdowns on the season. The game we covered him just a couple weeks ago, he actually racked up the vast majority of that yardage, almost hitting 400 on the day.
And that was a heck of a performance there by Hack, as he is now second and third all-time on the SFL receiving yards in a single game, as Zero gets another handoff there, and that's Mike St. Green getting in there and making a tackle. He is a Week 4 signing to the Scorpions defense.
Yeah, Week 4 signing, first game now here in the SFL and with the Arizona Scorpions, and already making his presence be known.
Handoff again to Jet Zero, trying to lower the shoulder to no avail. That was a big hit coming from Kanye Rockefeller to knock him out of his shoes, basically.
Yeah, Jet Zero, despite the woes coming into this through the first 3 weeks of the season, not a bad start, really. Coming into this game, averaging just measly 2.3 yards per carry, and already on the day, he's just over 4 yards average so far.
Into the SFL red zone we go on 3rd and short. Caswell to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle, crossing route, easy completion and an easy first down to James Matthew Jr. That's his first catch of the ball game. And he is one of those sneaky playmakers, Cade. Hasn't really shown it a ton this season, but last season, quite the dynamic playmaker in this offense.
Yeah, I mean, the big tight end at 6'7", 265 pounds. He's a guy that, as Caswell you can use as a safety blanket. You want to get the ball to him and get him ready to go, but look for potentially another throw to him here in the red zone. Hacker couldn't quite get in on that inside slant.
No, but Hacker with a good, solid catch there, and that's what he'll do for you there. Just making a solid catch over the middle of the field, holds on to the football, and gets closer and closer to that goal line there. 6.5 minutes to go, and this is a long drive here for Queen City. 2 backs in the backfield for Caswell as he's under center. Handoff to Jet Zero, trying to get his first touchdown of the season. He will get stopped just short of the goal line, but there is a penalty marker on the field. And a free play there for the Corsairs. They will accept it once again. And that will move them just a little bit closer to the goal line.
Arizona defensive line a little over eager here on the first drive, Eric. That's going to be 2 neutral zone infraction penalties so far.
Well, and with a high-flying passing attack like the Corsairs, this defense is going to have to be quick off the line, and that's what they're trying to do on the Arizona defense. We'll see what Caswell has in store here. A little QB sneak, and it does not work this time around. Very ready for it was that Arizona defensive front, and no gain, maybe a little bit of a loss on that play, brings up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, a really nice push actually by the right guard there to try to open up a lane, and just as Caswell kind of found the spot that he was aiming for, I believe the center lost his block, and a great stop there by Arizona, and what could have been an easy touchdown for Queen City.
Caswell, pump fakes. He's going to sidearm throw it back in the end zone. Touchdown, Queen City. James Matthew Jr. with the first points on the board for Queen City.
Heck of a throw and catch. Just before this, I said look for Matthew Jr. to be another target here in the red zone, big tight end, and absolutely a thread of the needle for A.J. Caswell to get him the football. I thought for sure that was going to be knocked down and incomplete.
Was not bad coverage in the least bit. And we talked about the secondary here for the Scorpions. I feel like they held their own pretty well here on that opening drive. Just a masterful job by A.J. Caswell finding the holes in that defense. Extra point pending here from James Peanut Stroll. It is up and good. 7-0 your score in favor of the Corsairs. Arizona will get their first crack of the football when we come back. You're watching the Simulation Football League live on 11 Sports and for the fans. Stay with us.
Nice first drive there, Mr. Eric.
That was a good first drive, man. "14 plays, 74 yards, capped off with a 2-yard passing touchdown from A.J. Caswell to James Matthew Jr. 7-0 your score. The Corsairs out in front. As Troll will go ahead and boot the ball down the field for the Scorpions. Fielded in their own end zone. Arizona is going to bring it up the field, and he will be caught right around the 22-yard line. That's where Arizona will take over. And Ashley Jackson in her first season with the Scorpions here, her third season overall. DJ Moses the second in his second season will come out at running back. Johnny and James Hands, the wide receivers, along with Roscoe Justice. And the wily veteran Tiberius Bovine in his 12th SFL season comes out at tight end number 89. First and 10 from the 22-yard line. Handoff to Moses, and he gets dragged down right at the line of scrimmage. Good play by Ajumu Afolabi on that first play from scrimmage for the Scorpions.
Yeah, and Afolabi coming into this game with 27 tackles so far on the season and already making his presence felt at that linebacking core for Queen City.
Brings up a second down. Jackson comes out in the gun. Two backs, one on either side of her. She will throw over the middle, and it's dropped. Looking for Roscoe Justice on that play, the 40th pick overall, and that falls incomplete. Let's get a look at the impact players on this defense for Queen City. Avery King is going to be a guy to watch out for, as he has plenty of sacks to his credit, 6.5. Jeff Duffy, has 6.5 sacks to his credit. Avery King from the linebacker spot. David Tilley, Benjamin Garcia, Jumu Afolabi, we've seen him, along with Nene Harris, Nacho Sicario, Stenzo Woods Jr., Chris Dodd, and Kappa Jones. Brings up a third down now for the Scorpions. Jackson shuffling in the pocket. She's going to air it out long into coverage. Incomplete. That was good coverage for the Corsairs there to force the incompletion, and a 3-and-out coming up here for the Scorpions on their first possession.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault, Jackson a ton. The second down throw should have been caught by Roscoe Justice. I think the impact just jarred the ball loose. Third down, I mean, you don't have a lot of choice. You got to try to make something happen, and just the receivers couldn't get open on that play. It'll be interesting to see if the defense can try to stand up and make sure Arizona doesn't get out of this game early.
High snap for Mike Windu as he boots the ball down the field. Fair caught right around the 45-yard line by Matt Tyson. And the Corsairs will have good starting field position for the second drive of the ball game for them. And, Cade, it was a very good first drive here for the Corsairs the last time around. 14 plays, 74 yards, 2-yard passing touchdown.
And they made it look easy. Yeah, they sure did. And it just shows, I mean, it's already a very potent passing attack they have in Queen City. It shows what can happen when you get the run game going just a little bit. It just eased an extra bit of tension off quarterback A.J. Caswell and made it easy to get down the field for that first touchdown.
And, Cade, we'll get a look at the points per game for Queen City over the past few seasons. Back when they were a playoff threat in season 11 and 12, they were putting up some good points, specifically in season 11. And they are back up to that quality here as they are third in the SFL, putting up more points than they did in season 11 when they were that playoff threat. Second down now, and a little bit of a screen pass there out towards the near sideline. Only a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 9 coming up here for Queen City.
Yeah, nice little out to the running back Travis Dilworth there. But to get back to what you were saying, yeah, the offense is more potent than it's been in several years, putting up 31 points a game. And for Queen City, you've got to be proud of that fact. The defense is playing well too. This has the makings of what could be a championship football team.
100%. Matt Tyson, though, the return specialist out there at wide receiver, and could not complete the catch. Ends up being a 4th down now for Queen City. A good defensive hold by Arizona.
Yeah, that's exactly what Arizona wanted to try to accomplish on that defensive series right there, is to try to get the ball back as quickly as possible. They held Queen City to a 3-and-out after a very impressive first drive we spoke of. Now they got a chance to get the ball back and try to at least put some points on the board and keep this one close.
Ricky Matthews, going to put the football away. Fielded inside the 15-yard line. Going to return it out to the 17 by Roscoe Justice. And we'll see what Arizona has in store for us on the other side of the break. Stay with us. Simulation Football League action continues on For the Fans and 11 Sports Network. Back live in Phoenix, Arizona, as the Scorpions will take over for their second possession of the ball game. Offset I formation. Ashley Jackson going to throw it over the middle. Nice little one-handed grab, but right at the line of scrimmage. No gains. Second down coming up there as Tiberius Bovine gets his first catch of the ball game.
Boy, the catch was a lot more impressive than the actual result of the play itself. Jackson, not much of a choice but to try to get rid of the football. Bovine, nice way to come up with it, but if he drops it, it doesn't really change too much about their situation right now, Eric.
Second down from the 17, clock running here, under 3 minutes to go in the opening frame. Jackson's going to throw it towards the far sideline, and that is caught by Donnie Hands, the leading receiver for the Scorpions so far, and he's had some success in this offense.
Yeah, I guess you could say that Hands has got some hands so far, is making his presence known in his first year with the team here in Arizona, coming over from London. Yeah, nice catch, way to get upfield. Nice short 3rd and 4. Let's see if they can make something happen here.
Bunch of wide receivers towards the top of the screen for Jackson. Good pocket. She's going to throw it down towards the near sideline, though, and man, oh man, this defense was ready for it. Jumu Afalabi again making a big play on DJ Moses. Going to be a loss of 1 and another 3-and-out for the Scorpions.
A great play by Afalabi there, not letting the running back get out and away. Kept his eye on the quarterback's eye, knew where the football was going most of the time, and Jackson, not much to do. Once again, had to dump it to the running back, but Afalabi there for a loss of 1 on the play.
Pressure coming, gets it away. Queen City going to field it right at the 40-yard line, and Tyson will get maybe a yard or two out to the 43 with 2:05 left to go. Good defensive stand from Arizona last time around, forcing the Corsairs to punt. And being down just by 7, it's anyone's ball game at this point, Cade.
Yeah, it's wide open, I'm sure once again Arizona would like to try to stand up here on defense, but you can really only contain this Queen City offense for so long. You only get so many opportunities to try to make this a close game and go toe-to-toe with them. So far, they're making it difficult on themselves, but great pressure on that play by Alex Constantine to force A.J. Caswell to throw the ball into the ground.
100% incompletion on first down brings up second down here. 2:02 left to go in the opening frame. As we get a look at Caswell's numbers so far, he was masterful on that first drive. Second drive, a little bit more pressure coming from Arizona. We'll see what he has in store right now with a heavy backfield. Caswell under center. He'll turn around and hand it off to Jet Zero, who goes absolutely nowhere. For those of you viewing for the first time, what are you watching? Well, this is the Simulation Football League. It's the first controllerless esport allowing you, the viewer, to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands. Please visit simulationfl.net for details on how to get started with a team and in the league, including joining our Discord server. Third down pass there, and man, we talked about threading the needle, Cade, and Caswell has had a couple of those passes. He's now had another one to Chris Curtis to extend the drive.
And I got to give Curtis an absolute, just a ton of credit on this play to kind of split and run through zone coverage. Found the soft spot in the secondary, and a great read by Caswell getting the ball there very quickly to get through and get him for a first down. That's going to be moving them chains just a bit there.
Move them chains. First down into opponent's territory from the 43-yard line. Clock continues to roll here in the opening quarter. Caswell, short pass over the middle, and again Curtis making an adjustment to get down and get that football for a gain of 4.
Yeah, I mean, outside of a couple of throws, Caswell, we've seen a few of these ones where they're just not quite on the money. I'm not sure if that's the pressure coming up from the defensive line of Arizona causing that to happen. But if he hits Curtis in stride there, that's probably at least another 10 yards you can tack onto that play.
Caswell to throw again. He's going to throw it far sideline this time and does get the foot in bounds is Chris Curtis. He's been very popular on this drive, and he will move those chains once again.
Once again, Curtis, nice catch on the sideline, out of bounds, and that's going to give Queen City another first down. He seems to be the popular target so far. Last time we covered Queen City, it was the Stephen Hacker show, as you quite remember. But so far, Chris Curtis, the favorite target of quarterback A.J. Caswell.
Curtis got 4 catches already for 46 yards. 11.5 yards per catch as Caswell's going to throw it over the middle, and it's picked off right into coverage. Was where Caswell was throwing it, and I'm not sure what he saw here, Cade.
I'm not 100% sure what he saw either, but an absolutely phenomenal play by number 42 quarterback Parker Thomas, standing his ground and holding on to his home spot. And I think potentially Caswell just didn't see him there, tried to get the ball out, and boy, he hit him right in the chest. Nice interception. That's exactly what Arizona needed right there.
100%, and Arizona will get a chance to turn this around on offense. They've done well on defense so far as DJ Moses gets another handoff, and he will plow forward to the 25-yard line. And, Cade, that interception, again, just what the doctor ordered for the Scorpions defense.
Absolutely. The defense, I'm sure, is probably hoping the offense can get moving a little bit here. Be interesting to see if Jackson can try to orchestrate a drive starting the second quarter here.
As we hit the end of the first, Queen City up by 7 on Arizona. More action to come here with the Simulation Football League. Stay with us on 11 Sports Network and For the Fans. Second quarter action kicking off here in Phoenix, Arizona. Eric Vincent alongside my best friend, Cade Stevens. Stephen Hacker in the stats truck for the time being. We might see Chad Rowland a little bit later on, as we get a handoff to DJ Moses on second down, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Cade, it's been a defensive struggle, really. That one touchdown drive was a long, methodical drive from Queen City, 14 plays. And other than that, we've seen a lot of defense.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been when we first saw the first drive there, I had a feeling in my gut that it was going to be another offensive blowout or shootout there, I guess you could say, for Queen City. And Arizona's defense has really come to life since then. No disrespect either to Queen City's defense, who's also putting up a nice little a wall there, not really allowing Ashley Jackson and the offense for Arizona to get going. But yeah, it's really kind of turning into a defensive struggle here.
100% as Mando Mitchell gets the reception there, but another fourth down coming. Doesn't look like Arizona has had a first down in this game so far. We've been through one quarter and no first downs to speak of for the Scorpions. Got to get that offense under control, as a fair catch is called for and made by Tyson down at the 40-yard line, and that's where the commissioner, or where the Corsairs will take over. Sorry, I'm looking at too many things here. It's getting me distracted. Cade, take over.
Sir, I am 100% behind you here, and it looks like the Corsairs going to take over. Yeah, just about the 41-yard line. It'd be interesting to see if they can try to get James Matthew Jr. involved once again, who has the touchdown, the lone touchdown of the game so far for him. And sure enough, there he is.
There he is. You spoke it into existence. Pressure was coming from the Scorpions, but good pitch and catch there to James Matthew Jr., who's been pretty active in this offense so far today.
Yeah, he sure has. And I mean, there's no bad reason for that. I mean, it's 4 catches now for him on the day. He's a good safety valve, like I spoke earlier, for quarterback AJ Caswell to try to get the ball to. It gives him a 2nd and 3. See if they can maybe get Jet Zero going here.
Instead, Caswell's going to throw. He's going to air it out deep. He's got a man wide open. That's Chris Curtis. Beat the defense off the line, and he is inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8. First and goal for Queen City.
Wow, Eric. I mean, why try to get the run game going when you can do things like that? We spoke not that long ago about Chris Curtis being the favorite target so far for AJ Caswell in this game, and Curtis just completely beats the defense on that play, gets behind him, and boy, I sure thought he was going to walk his way into the end zone, but an absolutely touchdown-saving tackle for the Arizona Scorpions.
Yeah, good reaction on defense for Arizona, but man, the logo there just beating his man off the line for a huge gain inside the 10-yard line. Caswell pump fakes, and that's going to be his undoing as he is tackled behind the line for a sack. Arizona looking good on that defensive front so far. Alex Constantine has been in there several times today.
Yeah, Constantine, he's been putting the pressure on. He finally gets home. Constantine, 6'5", 310 pounds, is their rookie second-round pick out there in Arizona. He's making his force be felt here so far in this game.
Big dude back there on that defensive front, as you see him right there in the middle of that front for the Scorpions. Caswell is going to throw it towards the far sideline, and that is incomplete. Could have easily gone the other way. Mana Kanaka getting in there and swatting the football down. But, Cade, that had 6 written all over it for the Scorpions.
Boy, it sure did. He could have been going the other way. Off quick right there, Eric. I just want to bounce back one play and let the fans out there know that indeed was Alex Constantine's first sack of his rookie season.
Ooh, yes. Good call there, Cade. And I want to congratulate him for getting into the backfield for his first time. Caswell's going to throw it over the middle into coverage, and he's picked off. A shoestring interception made by Joey Tropicana, and that is going to be a touchback out to the 20-yard line. Man, oh man, can we get a replay?
Wow. I could have sworn he had a guy open, and I think he did too. But off the deflection and into the hands of Tropicana for the interception, deflected off. Just absolutely a phenomenal defensive play. Kanye Rockefeller was the free safety who deflected the ball into the hands of Tropicana for the interception.
And we got another first here. Joey Tropicana with his first career interception. So a lot of firsts happening for the Scorpions on defense, trying to keep their team in the ball game here. Ashley Jackson is going to throw it into coverage this time, and that falls incomplete, looking for Tiberius Bovine. But good defensive play there by Begin, one of the linebackers added to this core.
Yeah, Begin all over him. Double coverage there. Jackson just trying to get the ball out quickly and had nowhere to go with it, and that definitely was not the solution, if you ask me, on that one.
Our Begin, a week 4 signee, 6'4", 258, looking good there in coverage. Second down for the Scorpions following the turnover. Handoff to TJ Moses, and again, great pressure coming in there. And that's Albert Begin once again as he makes the stop behind the line.
Yeah, he sure does, and Begin is beginning to look like a very solid pickup here as a Week 4 signing for Queen City. He's been involved a couple plays in a row, and that's not the first time we've seen him back there. It just hasn't quite shown up on the stat sheet until a couple plays ago.
I see what you did there with that beginning thing. I like it.
You're very welcome on that one, sir.
You keep that up. 3rd and 13 now. Jackson's going to air it out. Had a man open, and it is incomplete. Looking for Donnie Hands. Just could not quite get enough arc on the football so that it falls right into the old breadbasket. Incomplete. And again, Arizona cannot get a first down.
Eric, that's going to be number 31, Nacho Sicario, going to try to make an interception on that play. Just lets it slide through the hands, but great defense for Queen City on that drive.
You had that written on your pad the whole time. You were waiting for that one.
Eric, I won't lie to you. We covered Queen City a couple weeks ago, and I really hoped he would have made a play then because I had that one in the books.
Solid, sir. Solid decision. As Tyson gets the punt return there, he'll plow forward for a couple yards and get out to the 47-yard line. The last meeting between these two teams, Arizona was then known as the Oklahoma City Renegades, and Queen City came into Robbers Cave and came out with the victory. Chris Curtis, similar showing as he has had here today. He was the popular receiver for the Corsairs, and Tiberius Bovine had a ton of yardage, over 100 yards and a touchdown. 1st and 10 now for the Corsairs as we get another catch by Chris Curtis out towards the far sideline, and that is caught out at the 47-yard line of the Scorpions.
Yeah, not sure what it is about A.J. Caswell and Chris Curtis hooking up against this Arizona Scorpions team, but based off the last meeting and what we've seen so far today, they've got a rhythm going here. It's just Caswell turned the ball over twice. Had that not happened, this game could have been getting out of hand already.
Jet Zero trying desperately to find any sort of breathing room, but man, oh man, this Arizona Scorpions defense, particularly that front line, has been very, very good. Chad Tackle getting in there and clogging the holes.
Yeah, no kidding, Eric. And after a good start for Jet Zero overall, running the football, finding some room, I'm not sure what's happened here. If Arizona's just keying in a little bit more on the attempts to run the football, but he's not been able to get much going in these last few drives.
Caswell trying to get the football out, and man, he is sacked for a huge loss. Back out to midfield. That's Mark Mello getting in there for the sack.
Yeah, Mark Mello absolutely just destroyed Roderick Kidd, the tackle, on that particular play. He really didn't stand much of a chance, and A.J. Caswell, with no opportunity to get rid of the football, has got to take a sack.
And that is his first career sack, as he was the 3rd overall pick for the Scorpions. So this defense has been coming out and showing out today as they tried to get a block punt to their resume on top of that. Fielded at about the 15-yard line as Roscoe will bring it up to the 16. Not great starting field position for the Scorpions. We'll see if they can move those chains on the other side of the break. Simulation Football League action continues live on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back live in Phoenix from the 16-yard line, 6:03 left to go here in the half. Ashley Jackson will take over for the Scorpions offense. Going to be a turnaround handoff. That's DJ Moses as he plows ahead for a good gain of about 8 or 9 out to the 25-yard line. Best run of the ball game so far for him.
Yeah, not even close. I mean, you say best run of the game. It might be the best offensive play of the game, period, so far for Arizona, picking up 9 yards there on first down.
And they'll quickly get a play in and get back up to the line. Offset I formation for Jackson this time around. Jackson a throw, good pocket. She's going to throw over the middle, and that's caught. Arizona with their first down of the ball game, courtesy of Donnie Hands, out over the middle of the field to the 42-yard line. Good pitch and catch there, kid.
Yeah, great throw and catch indeed. That's Jackson hitting Hands for a nice gain down the field, and a great catch contested in coverage to get the ball out to about the 42-yard line. That's going to be a first down, and as you said, Eric, they're going to move those chains.
Yes, sir. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the first half. I formation this time for Arizona. Queen City stacking the box. Jackson doesn't like what she sees. She's going to change things up. James hands the lone wide receiver towards the bottom of the screen, and it's going to be a quick toss over to Tiberius Bovine out to the 46-yard line for a gain of 4.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier Bovine was a very big part of the last meeting between these two teams last season, and it's good to see him start to get involved a little bit more. Jackson's finding a rhythm right now. She's getting a little more time back in the pocket. The offensive line protecting a little bit better. As a result, this offense is moving the football.
Looking a little bit more loose back there as she's going to sidearm it towards the top of the screen. That's Bovine once again as he'll get dragged down right at midfield. And we'll get a look at Ashley Jackson's stats so far this season. Has been looking good, but has to cut down on those turnovers as she's tied for the most in the league.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't you can't continue to hurt your team. Anytime you see that you've got more turnovers than you do touchdowns, definitely something you want to improve on. But if I know Jackson well enough, that's something that they've been working on in Arizona this week, and something that she's trying to get corrected to get the season back on track.
And this defense has been doing her all sorts of favors, keeping her offense in the ball game, and DJ Moses doing his offense a ton of favors as well. Very, very patient run for the first down. Plows ahead to the 48-yard line. Bunch wide receivers towards the top of the screen for Arizona. Single back is Moses. James hands towards the bottom of the screen here. The lone wideout. Going to throw it towards the top of the screen. And that's going to be caught for a gain of 5. That is Roscoe Justice with another catch.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? They've resorted to a certain point here, Eric, to kind of, taking chunks. Take what the defense is going to give you. The short passes seem to be working right now. They took a long one earlier. The defense is on their heels just a little bit, so it's working for them. They're gaining yards chunk at a time. 2nd and 5 here.
Jackson again changing things up as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the first half. 3 wideouts for her to work with. Instead, it'll be a handoff to Moses trying to follow blockers, and he will get forward progress out across the line of scrimmage, the line of gain to the 38-yard line. Jumu Afalabi in there with another stop. He's been very, very active on this defense.
Yeah, great run by Moses, I got to say, too. And that's a couple plays on this drive now where necessarily his first read as far as lane goes has not been there, but he's made great reads to cut it back to the inside, which has resulted in first downs on both of those plays.
High snap for Jackson. She's going to fire right down towards the near sideline. That's caught. Roscoe Justice again with his second catch of the ball game. This one a good chunk of 8 out to the 29-yard line. That will likely be our final play before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, great. I mean, they're moving quick. It's working for what they are accomplishing right now. They have worked their way down inside the 30-yard line of Queen City. I'm sure they'd like to score here before halftime.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be their goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Arizona trying to get some points on the board. We'll see what they can do on the other side of the break. Simulation Football League continues on 11 Sports and for the fans. Ashley Jackson brings her troops up to the line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Best looking drive so far for the Scorpions as they come out with a 2nd and 2. DJ Moses gets hit right at the line to gain. That was Avery King getting in there and making a solid stop on the running back, but it's going to be a first down for the Scorpions as they move those chains.
Yeah, first down. Moses is really on the plays where it counts the most, getting just exactly what he needs. And a great first down. Arizona's offense continuing to hum along here before halftime.
Minute 30 left to go. Moses with another handoff gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. He'll get maybe a half a yard as the Queen City defense again ready for that one. Afalabi along with King on the stop. Only a gain, like I said, of a half a yard.
Afalabi continuing, as you said previously, to make his presence known on this Queen City defense. I'm sure they'd like to stand him up here. I'd rather give up 3 than I would 7.
A little bit of a sling out to the screen there, and that's a one-handed grab. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and again, Afalabi just active all over the field today, Cade. Makes the stop, and Arizona burns their first time out with 1:02 left to go.
Yeah, they got to burn it. They got to regroup just a little bit here. You've got 3rd and long. You'd like to get down and score some points. Don't waste this opportunity before halftime.
5 wideouts, empty set for Jackson. From the 25, 62 seconds to go. Jackson shuffling towards the rush, and she's going to go down. Sack is made in the backfield there for another loss of about 6. And a good play there made by Jeff Duffy, his 7.5 sack on the season.
Jeff Duffy, we heard that name a lot the last time we called the Queen City game. I believe in that game alone he had 4.5 sacks. 5.5 maybe, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in that range. But here he is making his presence known, the first one of the day for defensive end Jeff Duffy.
6.5 coming into this game. That's good for 2nd in the SFL. Racking up his 7.5 there. Long field goal attempt here for Arizona, 49 yards, and it is up and through from 48. That was Manuel Marquez with the first points for the Scorpions. 7-3 now your score, and we'll get another look at this long field goal. Not a gimme at all, Kate.
Not a gimme at all, and boy, they sure got up in his face. There was good penetration by the defensive special teams unit there for Queen City to try to block that kick, and great concentration to get the ball out by Marquez to get it up and good for 3 points. That puts Arizona on the board. It's just a 4-point game here before halftime. If I'm not mistaken, Arizona does get the ball first afterwards.
They will get the ball on first in the second half here as Tyson will bring the football up to the 25-yard line. Easily the best drive for the Scorpions. 13 plays, 50 yards, capped off with a 48-yard field goal by Marquez. 50 seconds left to go here for the Corsairs. All 3 timeouts, and they've got a high-flying passing attack, Cade. I'd have to imagine that they're going to get some points on the board before the half.
If I'm a betting man, just based off of what I've seen from this team so far this season, I got to imagine that they've got enough firepower and enough timeouts to get down the field quickly and make something happen.
James Matthew Jr. with a catch right off the bat, and he will get a first down out to the 35-yard line. Will Queen City spend their first time out?
Yeah, they're going to spend their first time out. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just try to hurry up a little bit there. I'm sure they would have liked to have gotten out of bounds, but great pitch and catch on first down for a first down to continue to move the ball downfield. They're going to have to be quick and try to get the ball out. They don't want to waste both timeouts in the next few plays.
Coming out with a heavy backfield, Arizona seeing that and stacking the box. Hand off to Jet Zero, and the Scorpions again were ready for that all the way as it's no gain. Hurry up for Queen City. Stuck in this formation, unfortunately, and another handoff for Jet Zero as he gets out to the 38-yard line for a gain of a couple, and another timeout spent by Queen City with 32 seconds left to go.
Boy, I got to say, the back-to-back handoffs really kind of perplexes me in this situation. I felt like, based off the team that they have and the game plan and weapons that they have, what we've seen from them in the past, that they had enough to keep going and try to make a few throws downfield, and they chose to run it back-to-back to Jet Zero, who's, not been too successful so far this year.
Four wideouts. Caswell going to air it out into coverage and picked off. Arizona's got a bit of a convoy, and they will bring it up to the 39-yard line of Queen City. That was 2 scoops. Eddie Gage, the Hall of Famer, getting in there and making the pick. That's his 4th, I believe, on the season.
Yeah, great interception, great read by Eddie Gage on that particular play, and perhaps that's why Queen City was content to try to run the football a couple plays in a row. That's A.J. Caswell's 3rd interception of the game. Very uncharacteristic for him so far.
100%. My correction here, that was his 2nd on the season. Kanye Rockefeller with 3 to his credit. Right there on my little stat sheet here. 1st and 10 from the 39, 24 seconds ago. 1 timeout for Arizona. We'll see what Jackson can do as she's going to sling it out to DJ Moses the second. Rather than get out of bounds, he's going to try and plow ahead. Maybe a little bit of a misstep there by Moses.
They got to have something happen on 2nd down, Eric.
100%. Jackson going to sling it out opposite side to Moses. Again, no one out there. And this time he'll get knocked out of bounds right at the 21-yard line, but easily within field goal range. Not a gimme by any stretch, but a 37-yarder coming up here for the Scorpions and a chance to get closer.
Yeah, a chance to get a little bit closer, and he got out of a really, really nice gain, quite truthfully there for Moses. But he got out of bounds. They're not going to have time really to run another play. I assume this is going to be a field goal kick, but hey, points before halftime, good, number 1. You get the ball after halftime, you're going to have another opportunity to try to go up on Queen City.
All great points, my friend, as we will see Marquez with another opportunity to get points on the board. As I said, a 37-yarder this time around with 3 seconds to go. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is through from 37 yards as time expires here in the first half. 7-6 going to be your score going into the locker rooms. And, Cade, this Arizona defense has kept them in the ball game.
Yeah, Arizona defense keeping them in the ball game. Like I said earlier, very uncharacteristic for quarterback A.J. Caswell. Came into this football game with just 4 interceptions on the season. Has now thrown 3 in the first half.
So we get a look at those juicy first half stats and highlights. And, Cade, again, we mentioned it, not a whole lot to speak of from the Arizona Scorpions on offense, but their defense forcing 3 turnovers, 3 Caswell picks in that first half.
Yeah, and if you take a look at that stat sheet there and you get rid of the turnovers and you look at that stat and you say, who do you think is winning if you didn't tell somebody the score, I think everybody probably would guess Queen City, but Queen City turned the ball over 3 times. I mean, you just can't win that way. Despite winning time of possession, total yardage, it's been tough on them turning the football over. That's something they're going to have to clean up in the second half if they want an opportunity.
And some of these throws are a bit perplexing as well. The one that he threw, this one right here, as Kanye Rockefeller tipped it over to Tropicana. That one is okay. We'll toss that one in the trash. It is what it is. But the one that he threw over the middle to, or trying to get it to James Matthew Jr., there's just a ton of bodies in that vicinity. There's no reason to throw that.
No, there's been some chances that have been taken in this game, and I'm not sure if potentially Queen City came into this game feeling like they could just do whatever they wanted. But if that's the thought process that you have, then you're gonna have to fix that real quick, because so far it's not really working out for you.
No, not at all. And again, one of those 3 picks we'll throw in the trash. It is what it is. Good play by the defense. But the other 2, Caswell's got to get that tightened up here in the second half to make sure that they win the football game. But good start here on offense overall, I'd say, for Queen City. But it's the little things that they got to get tightened up. As Chris Curtis has close to 100 yards receiving. James Matthew Jr. has a touchdown catch. Just little things they got to get tightened up.
Yeah, they've got time. Queen City's just got to settle down a little bit on offense, get back to what they do well. Start with the short passes, complete a few over the middle. Chris Curtis has been very reliable so far. Stephen Hacker, we haven't seen a ton from him so far in this game. Just 2 catches for 17 yards, despite the big season that he's had so far. So get the ball to your playmakers, settle down just a little bit, and trust your defense.
And Roscoe Justice will field the opening kickoff for the second half out to the 22-yard line. Eric Benson alongside my best friend Cade Stevens, Stephen Hacker in there in the stats truck for us this morning as we bring to you the opening game of SFL week number 4. And this has been a good one so far. We'll have to see what Arizona can do here on offense to take the lead, possibly, as they have taken advantage of their defense playing extremely well against the Queen City Corsairs. A gain of 2 there on first down by DJ Moses II.
Yeah, DJ Moses the second been very involved so far in this game. And he's done an extraordinary job. 9 carries, 17 yards. That's not going to show up on your yards per carry. There, he's only averaging just about 2. But in the moments where they've needed him the most to pick up a first down, I mean, I've been very impressed at his ability to cut back and make the right reads.
Moses this time nowhere for him to go, as that was a good play again by Ajumu Afalabi, as Chris Dodd looks like he got a little banged up on that play. We'll have to see what happens to the free safety there, as he'll get evaluated by the medical staff for Queen City.
Yeah, and you know who else we saw back there in the backfield once again, man? It's just we've called his name over and over and over and over, and hopefully he's going to be all right with that play.
3rd and long here. Jackson to throw. Pressure's coming. She's going to go down. And great pressure coming in by Jeff Duffy once again, as he gets number 8.5 on the season. He's had 2 today.
Yeah, Jeff Duffy and David Tilley getting in the backfield there and combining for a nice sack. Once again, I mean, as you said, this guy is outstanding. I don't know if maybe you and I are his good luck charms, but it seems when we call his games, he seems to play a little bit better. He's picked up multiple sacks in both of the games we've called for Queen City so far this year.
4th and forever now for Arizona, as another 3 and out comes to play for them. Another Scorpions punt, this time deep in their own territory. Fielded right at about midfield, and Tyson will bring it up to the 48-yard line of Arizona. So great starting field position here for Queen City to start things off here in the second half.
Well, exactly what Queen City had to have hoped for to start the second half. The defense stands up, does not allow a first down. They get a punt and already start in Arizona territory. They got to turn something into points here on this drive. I mean, I hate to waste such good field position.
Caswell to throw on first down, throws into covers. That's pick number 4. And another interception thrown by A.J. Caswell. He's just not been playing well so far here today, as Monica Naka gets the pick.
Yeah, great read by Monica Naka once again. I'm not sure what the thought process is on A.J. Caswell. He's just made a lot of really bad decisions so far in this football game, throwing into double, triple, quadruple coverage. And Kanaka looks like he was potentially the primary target on that play. So something the Queen City still got to get cleaned up. I'm not sure what the pep talk was at halftime, but they need to get that figured out, and they need to get it figured out very quickly.
Kanaka with his 3rd interception of the season. Jackson under center here. She will take over with good starting field position. Takes a 5-step drop, throws it over the middle. That's Tiberius Bovine into coverage and caught for a huge gain out to the 27-yard line. Big gain of 21.
Great throw and catch from Jackson to Bovine on that particular play. He just kind of runs a seam up the middle, gets around number 44 for Queen City there. It gets out and makes a phenomenal catch. Avery King got left in the dust on that particular play. That's going to be Arizona's biggest play so far in this football game.
His 12th season in the SFL, along with 2 scoops Eddie Gage. Tiberius Bovine will surely be a Hall of Famer here in the SFL coming up, as DJ Moses gets a catch out of the backfield for a gain of 3 with 8.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, after making that catch, Moses got caught up just a little bit by the turf monster there. He had an opportunity to get a little bit further downfield, tripped just a little bit, and allowed the defense to catch up with him.
From the 24 this time, 2nd and 7. 1-point game. Queen City up by just that point, as Jackson shuffles in the pocket. She's in trouble. She's going to sling it out towards the bottom of the screen to James Hands, as he makes the catch, but can't do anything with it. That was huge coverage there by the Queen City Corsairs.
Yeah, great coverage. Honestly, I thought Jackson had more of an opportunity to try to run the football and gain at least 2 or 3 yards on that play. Attempts to get rid of it instead off to the side, and in turn loses a few yards, giving them a 3rd and long.
Jackson, 7-step drop, trying to air it out deep. Got him in and just overthrows it there. That was Donnie Hands that had beat his man off the line, and Jackson just could not quite get it to him. Going to end up being a 4th down and another field goal attempt to take the lead this time for the Scorpions.
Oh, Jackson. Oh, Ashley's going to beat herself up a little bit over this one. Wide open player, Donnie Hands, on that particular play, and she just lets it sail just a tad for what potentially should have been a touchdown.
45-yarder for Marquez to take the lead. Kick is on the way, and it is good from 46 yards. Arizona takes their first lead of the ball game with 7:32 left to go here in the third quarter as we get another look at the field goal right down Main Street there. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. More Simulation Football League action on the way on 11 Sports Network and for the fans. Scorpions take their first lead of the ball game, 9-7. 3 field goals from Marquez ends up being the difference here for the Scorpions as they boot the ball down the field to Tyson, who fields it right at the 10-yard line. He's going to bring it up to the 28-yard line. And Cade, the reason that Arizona is ahead in this ball game is all the turnovers by Queen City.
Yeah, turnovers by Queen City. AJ Caswell comes into the football game only throwing 4 interceptions in 3 weeks so far, and he's thrown 4 so far in this half.
From the 28, bunched wide receivers towards the top of the screen for Caswell. He's going to throw it towards the bottom of the screen. That's Chris Curtis, who makes a quick adjustment, trying to bounce it back inside, and will bring it out to the 33-yard line. Tackle made by Kanaka.
And see, that's the kind of routes that Queen City needs to get running just a little bit. They need to get out and get these safe passes, get a little bit of momentum moving, get the defense on their heels, and they can get back to what they do well. A.J. Caswell's got to make a little bit more better decisions here in the second half.
Heavy backfield handoff to Jet Zero. Finally finds some room and gets the first down out to the 41-yard line. They will those chains. Want to make sure that you guys stay with us. Vice Wars is coming up here right at high noon with the father-son duo of Colin and Rick Northrup. Mike and Proto will be there on stats, and they will be live on the 11 Sports Network and for the fans, just as we are now. Great start so far here to the slate of games here on Sunday, as Caswell will take the snap. He's going to shuffle in the pocket, throw it down towards the near sideline, and that's caught. It looks like Kanaka might have gotten there a little early on Stephen Hacker, but Hacker made the catch nonetheless. That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, great catch. We'll see what it's called.
And I think the Scorpion faithful were holding their breath a little bit, maybe hoping for some offensive pass interference, but there was no doubt here.
Yeah, there was no doubt. Just a little bit of contact early is all it was. Even potentially a questionable call by the referee, but a call nonetheless. Great catch, contested anyways by Stephen Hacker.
So into opponent territory they go. 1st and 10 from the 44. Caswell under center, short drop. He's going to throw it towards the near sideline. That's Chris Curtis, who turns on the Jets and gets a good gain of about 13 or 14 yards out to the 28-yard line over the century mark here with 8 catches in the ballgame.
Yeah, great route anyways by Chris Curtis, getting outside, leaving the defenders behind in a very soft zone coverage. A.J. Caswell knew where he wanted the ball the entire time. Curtis has been the reliable target for him. got outside for a very nice gain and a first down to the Arizona 28-yard line.
2 wideouts towards the top of the screen. Heavy set here for the Corsairs. Caswell in the gun. He's going to throw. Throws it on the run. He's got his man towards the top of the screen. That's caught inside the 10-yard line to the 8. And another big-time catch for Stephen Hacker.
Stephen Hacker once again showing up on the football field. A very nice route run. I mean, I thought for a moment there that Arizona was going to get back there with enough pressure to force a bad throw by A.J. Caswell once again, but he was able to sidestep the defender and throw a dart to the left side to Stephen Hacker. That's going to give him first and goal from the 8-yard line.
Queen City with an opportunity to take the lead here with 5:15 and counting left to go. Hand off to Jet Zero, who's been pretty active on this drive, but we want to get back to those playmakers that we see at the wide receiver position. Stephen Hacker, Katie had almost 400 of those yards in the last game we called of him, and Donnie Hands has been very active as well, as they are both in the top 10 for receiving yards.
Two very good wide receivers. The biggest difference you see between the two right now is going to be the touchdowns, but that doesn't take anything away from Donnie Hands, who's been a very good receiver so far this season for Arizona and a very, very reliable target for Ashley Jackson.
Speaking of touchdowns, James Matthew Jr. wanted his second on the ball game, but a great stand there right at the goal line for the Scorpion defense. Stops him in his tracks. 3rd and goal from maybe the, we'll call it the half-yard line.
Yeah, way to stand up on that one. Matthew Jr. is a big guy, 6'7", 265 pounds. Oh, my God.
2 wideouts for Caswell to work with, and he's going to go down immediately. Had no opportunity to get any sort of play off as Tropicana gets in there, and it was just a ton of pressure in there on 3rd and goal. So Queen City going to have to take the lead courtesy of a field goal.
Yeah, nice stand there by the defense, quite honestly, to get back there and get the sack. I mean, you would imagine potentially they'd try to get the ball right up the middle there.
James Peanut Stroll boots it up and through for his first field goal of the ball game. Queen City retakes the lead, but it is a slim one. We'll see what this offense of Arizona can do. With 3:47 left to go here in the 3rd, you're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports Network. And for the fans, stay with us. Queen City retaking the lead courtesy of a Troll field goal. And they will boot it down the field here to Arizona. We'll see what the Scorpions can do, as they had a 3 and out to start things off here in the 3rd. And Roscoe Justice trying to take the long way around, trying to get some good starting field position here. And he'll start off short of the 20-yard line at the 17.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea on the return, Eric, but I guess he paid the price just slightly for trying to find a hole on the outside. Is going to come up short of the 20-yard line.
As I said, 3 and out for the Scorpions on their first opportunity here in the second half. We'll see what they can do here as they sling it out to DJ Moses. He stays in bounds somehow. Looked like he was going out of bounds. Somehow keeps his feet in there, tight ropes it out to the 26-yard line for a gain of 9.
Yeah, very, very impressive, I would say, there by Moses, kind of getting upfield and turning that into what probably should have been about a 5-yard gain into a 9-yard gain, and hopefully a very manageable 2nd and 1 for the Arizona offense.
High formation here. 2nd down. Moses gets the first down and more as he throws down a spin move there and gets some extra yardage out to the 33-yard line. Tackle made by Nacho Sicario.
Nacho Sicario getting in there, making the play, but a very nice play indeed by Moses, getting outside, throwing a mean spin move on, and probably gaining an extra 3 yards out of that.
Kappa Jones getting in there and making the stop as well as Sicario was. confused. Like, oh, where's he at? Oh, there he is. Oh, gosh, got to turn around. Oh. I formation again for the Scorpions on first down. Another handoff to Moses, and again, great job by the linebacking core for Queen City as they get in there and clog those holes. And speaking of which, Chris Dodd isn't going to be breathing out of his nose for a little bit as he broke his schnoz a little bit earlier in the ballgame. He will not return, so they will be without one of their weapons on defense.
Yeah, if he's looking for a good plastic surgeon, I've seen Dr. 90210. Hopefully they can get him fixed up there.
Stephen Hacker in the chat saying, you have a face mask. It's okay. Get out there. Ashley Jackson going to air it out into coverage. Tipped up in the air. It's incomplete. It looked like maybe it was going to fall right into the old breadbasket there for Donnie Hands after the tip on defense.
Yeah, Hands with an opportunity if he can just get his head around in the right direction to catch that ball and make quite the play to get down to the end zone because, boy, if he sees that football and grabs it, there's nobody that's going to stop him at that point.
Offset eye on third down. Jackson will no doubt be throwing on this down and distance situation. She's going to air it out into coverage. Complete, looking for James Hands this time. And that falls incomplete as Nene Ferris was in coverage and made the play.
Yeah, great defense. Throwing into double coverage there. That's a little bit dicey, but had to make the throw anyways. Wasn't much else out there for her. So you made the throw. And defense steps up once again. Arizona's going to have to punt this ball away back to Queen City, who's got a 1-point lead in this football game.
So another punt by Arizona. Staying in the ball game, though, hanging tough with this high-flying Queen City air attack as it's fielded right at the 35-yard line. Good spin move out to the 40 and out to the 41-yard line. For Tyson, that's where Queen City's going to take over on the other side of the break. We'll see if they can add to their lead with 1:52 left to go in the third. Stay with us on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Ten to 9, your score live back in Phoenix, Arizona, where the Queen City Corsairs have been running into all sorts of trouble against this secondary here for the Scorpions. 4 wideouts for Caswell to work with. He's going to test him once again. Throws it over the middle. A diving catch made by Stephen Hacker as he gets it out to the 35-yard line. And Kate, it's been a lot of that, either feast or famine for the Corsairs in this passing attack.
Yeah, big plays are just about nothing at all, to be honest, for Queen City. And a couple weeks ago when we saw Hacker be so successful in that football game, they were running routes very similar to that. They were going up the field, running very deep in post, and Hacker once again runs a beautiful route. A.J. Caswell with a nice read and a nice throw to get him the football.
Caswell will throw again. Pressure's coming. He's going to throw it over the middle to the crossing. Chris Curtis. He's been very, very active today as he gets his 9th reception, already over 100 yards. We're going to look at the passing touchdown leaders this season. A.J. Caswell along with Ashley Jackson, both on that list. And Caswell adding one more today, so he's up to 11.
Yeah, up to 11. Both quarterbacks have been very good about getting the football in the end zone, and based off of today, both quarterbacks also have been good at turning the football over. Ashley Jackson, not today. Prior to today, A.J. Caswell turned it over today a few times. Great catch there by tight end James Matthew Jr. to move the chains for a first down.
Moving those chains into the SFL red zone they go, down at the 19 line with just over 30 seconds to go here in the third. We'll probably see one more play as we get a look at Curtis's numbers today. The logo posting 9 catches and 124 yards. He's been the very popular target as the big guy Stephen Hacker still with 4 catches, 61 yards, but not quite the yardage that we've seen him produce in recent memory as James Matthew Jr. gets another catch. That's his 7th on the ball game. and he's getting close to the 100-yard mark. 53 yards now, catching on the day. Brings us to the end of the third quarter. Queen City knocking on the door, already up by 1. We will see what they can do following the other side of the break. Get your fours up in the chat. More Simulation Football League action continues here at 11 Sports and for the fans. Fourth quarter action here in Phoenix, Arizona. Queen City knocking on the door, trying to extend their lead as they already have a 1-point lead. Caswell going to take the sneak, and he's going to get the first down into a goal-to-go situation from the 6-yard line. First and goal coming up for the Corsairs.
Yeah, nice run, nice keep there by Caswell. We talked earlier in the game about that being a popular option for him, leading all SFL quarterbacks all time in rushing yards, and we haven't seen it since about the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter. But a nice play there for Queen City.
Caswell going to throw this time, show off the cannon as he drops it down to Chris Curtis, who can't break any of the 4 tacklers there from Arizona. And that's going to be a gain of maybe 2 on the play.
Yeah, good job by the Scorpions on that play, just keeping the play in front of them, keeping Curtis up at a decent yard line, and they got up there and made the tackle, save a touchdown.
2 backs in the backfield for Caswell. He's under center. And off to Jet Zero, trying to get his first rushing touchdown of the season, and we'll get stopped just shy out to the 2-yard line. And that's going to be third and goal.
Yeah, solid effort. I mean, Zero has been close a couple of times now trying to get into the end zone, but kudos once again to the defensive line for the Arizona Scorpions. They have stood up and stood up and stood up, and we'll see if they can do it once again here on third and goal.
Looks like they're stacking the box again, maybe anticipating a run. Caswell's going to throw, though. He's going to throw towards the corner of the end zone. That's caught by Chris Curtis. Touchdown, and tack on the late hit on top of it.
Yeah, great. I mean, why not give it to the guy who's had so much success in this game? Just a quick out pass by Chris Curtis and a touchdown catch indeed. Great play by Queen City.
And as I said, the late hit towards the end by Manakanaka just could not quite hold up there as he was trying to make it back to Curtis and stop the touchdown from being scored to no avail. So Queen City with a 7-point lead. They can make it an 8-point lead off the foot of James Peanut Troll. This is an important one, as that will mean Arizona will have to go for 2 in order to tie the football game up. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on the way and through. An 8-point ball game. Still one possession, but 8 points nonetheless. Touchdown, 2-point conversion separating the Corsairs and the Scorpions now.
It's a close one here in the fourth quarter, Eric. I hope you guys are all tuning in there. Get ready for an exciting finish. The Arizona Scorpions offense will have to turn those field goals into touchdowns here if they want an opportunity to try to win this game.
Queen City with an 8-play, 59-yard drive, capped off with that 2-yard touchdown pass to Chris Curtis in the corner of the end zone, as Arizona will get an opportunity here. Roscoe Justice bringing it out to the 22-yard line. And Cade, I think you're definitely correct on that. Got to get a touchdown on the board here in order to stay relevant in this ball game.
Yeah, field goals are just not going to do it. They've had a few opportunities now where they've got down deep into the red zone, have not been able to capitalize on those opportunities. So Ashley Jackson, they're going to lean on her on this particular drive here to try to make something happen.
2 backs, 1 on either side of her. She's going to throw over the middle into coverage and caught. A gutsy play there by James Hands as he makes the play out to the 31. They'll be shy of maybe a chest hair on that one.
Yeah, good read and good toss out there and catch by James Hands. A tough one indeed in between 2 players, and it's going to give him a very, very short second down, as you said, Eric. But, got to turn it into something. Lean on the Hands brothers here. It's beneficial in the end.
DJ Moses getting just enough to move those chains as the tackle was made by Avery King, along with, I believe that was David Tilley getting in there as well, making the play. Good stop, and that's been the recipe for the Queen City defense all game long, as Moses with only 25 yards on the ground today. But moving those chains here, first down. Jackson to throw, going to sling it out to Moses. One-on-one opportunity here, turns on Jets, and it's enough for the first down as he beats Albert Begin to the line to gain.
Yeah, nice catch and run by Moses, staying in bounds and getting up past the first down marker. But as you said, he's not doing too much in the run game so far. He's been doing just enough in short yardage situations, but as far as the passing game goes, relatively, I would say better than so far he's done on the run. He's got 7 catches for 42 yards. He's averaging about 6 yards of reception here.
Yeah, much better in the passing game for sure than he is in the running game. But, in his defense, it's been the Queen City defense that has been coming out and showing out, making sure that he doesn't get huge chunks of yardage. Really only 4 or 5 yards, maybe an 8 or 9 yarder every now and again, but not a lot to speak of as he gets 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, he's just taking what they'll give him. And, as you said, Queen City's defense has been very stout so far in this football game, but Arizona's trying to just take what they'll give him here.
2nd and 5. Jackson, short drop, going to throw it over to Moses. 2 defenders out there ready to make the play on him. Nacho Sicario along with Avery King to make the stop.
Yeah, Sicario and King there, a nice read. And I can't say I blame Jackson and the Arizona Scorpions on that play for trying to go back to a swing pass to Moses. It's worked for him most of the game so far. That's the first time we've really seen it not gain much.
Still a third manageable, though. Close to midfield. Under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Queen City stacking the box. Jackson's going to throw it towards the near sideline, and that's incomplete. Looking for the tight end, TJ Punk, as he could not complete the catch. He was a week 2 signing, 6'5", 255.
And we got cornerback number 31, Nacho Sicario, knocking that football away. Absolutely phenomenal play by him to prevent the first down for Arizona.
Another punt here for Arizona. No pressure coming this time around as Queen City will try and set up the return. Fair catch called for and made by Tyson right at the 16-yard line. That's where Queen City will take over. Arizona is going to have to step it up on defense in order to keep their team in the game. 6:43 left to go here in the ball game. More Simulation Football League action to come on 11 Sports and for the fans. Stay with us. Back live in Phoenix, Arizona. Be sure to follow the SFL on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and more, all at simulationfl.net. Make sure to catch more content like The Kramer Show, game highlights, and more by subscribing to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a moment of the action when we're not live on TV like we are right now. Good carry by Jet Zero as he takes it out for 6 out across to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, nice run by Jet Zero on that particular play. I think if you're Arizona here, what you really want to make happen is a nice 3 and out. And Queen City, who's not typically been very good at running the football, gained 6 on first down, really hurts your chances on stopping them quickly here.
2 wideouts for him to work with this time towards the top of the screen. Caswell stepping up into the pressure, though, when he goes down. Chad Tackle getting in there for the sack. He's got 3 to his credit, including that 1 for a loss in the sack.
Yeah, great sack there by Chad Tackle. That's exactly what Arizona probably wanted to see after the first down run. It's going to set up a 3rd and long for Queen City, make it a little bit more difficult to try to get the first down. If Arizona could stop them here, they'll give themselves a good opportunity to try to get down the field and score a touchdown.
Very important point there, Kay. This is a very important play for the Scorpions here on this 3rd and 8. Caswell, short drop, pressure's coming, throws it over the middle. That's caught for a first down. Chris Curtis has been there all game long for Caswell as he moves those chains out to the 29-yard line.
A very, very reliable target. Number 84, Chris Curtis, comes up big. Once again, Caswell reads the play very nicely, gets the ball to him on the outside for a first down. Arizona's got to stop him right here if they want any sort of good opportunity at all.
Hit as he's thrown is Caswell. He gets it out to Stephen Hacker somehow. Only for a gain of about a yard. They'll give him 2 on forward progress as Monacanaka makes the big hit there.
Yeah, Monacanaka coming up big, and under pressure is A.J. Caswell, who actually, very surprisingly, is able to get the football away for what turns into a really actually nice play in the end for Queen City as they complete the football and keep the clock running.
Heavy backfield this time for Caswell. He's going to turn around and hand it off to Jet Zero, trying to be patient, following blockers, and he's got some space. He's got the first down and more out across midfield to the 48-yard line of the Scorpions. Easily his best run of the ballgame and possibly the season.
Absolutely phenomenal play call and nice run by Jet Zero. As you said, best run of the season, most likely for a guy who hasn't done too much so far. He's able to bounce it offside, make a nice couple of broken tackles, and give Queen City a first down. The clock's going to continue to tick away. Arizona's seeing their opportunity to win this football game just bleed into the sunlight.
Caswell under center, 2 backs in the backfield again. Another handoff to Jet Zero. Apparently his hips don't lie, according to Stephen Hacker. Ah, woo!
Very nice reference indeed, as we're all very well the hips not lying.
I had to trip you up a little bit, man. Get you laughing a little bit.
You did a phenomenal job, sir. It's working quite nicely for you.
8-point lead here for the Corsairs. Trying to just bleed some clock here and prevent the Scorpions from getting in and tying the football game up. Play clock down to 5. Caswell takes the snap, hands it off to Zero as Jet Zero makes it out to the 44-yard line, 3rd and 5. A very important play coming up here for the Scorpion defense.
Yeah, a huge play indeed, and I got to imagine that this is the exact situation that Queen City has drafted fullback number 40, Jet 04, when they are winning the football game, trying to bleed the clock at the end of the game. They want to be able to give the ball to Zero, kill it, bleed it out, and win, and this is exactly where we'd like to see him, or I'm sure that they would like to see him show up big. That Arizona defense might have something to say about it.
Caswell takes the snap, throws it over the middle right at the yard to gain, and they're going to give him the first down. James Matthew Jr. might have stretched that football across the line to gain for the first down, even though a great defensive play was made by the Scorpions.
Yeah, great defensive play indeed, and James Matthew Jr., another very reliable target so far in this football game for A.J. Caswell. I do believe that's going to be his 9th catch of the game on 10 different targets. Been, like I said, been extraordinarily reliable, catching the ball and getting a very, very key first down for Queen City.
Going to see one more play at least before the 2-minute warning. Heavy set. Caswell going to take the sneak, and he's going to somehow sneak his way. That was definitely a sneak as he got his way forward to the 33-yard line. Gain of 5 as we hit the 2-minute warning. Arizona is on their heels. Queen City trying to seal the deal here. Away here in the West Coast. We'll see if they can do it on the other side of the break. Simulation Football League action continues on 11 Sports Network and for the fans. Two minutes to go. Still got a tight one here on the West Coast down in the desert, Phoenix, Arizona, as the Scorpions trying to give their fans a W here at home. But Queen City trying to bleed out the clock as Jet Zero gets another carry. Arizona going to spend their first time out as they have 2 remaining. It's going to be a 3rd and 4, and again, a very important 3rd down play coming up for the Scorpion defense.
Extraordinarily important. I mean, I hate to say it. I know I've stressed it a few times, and before, as I stated, if they wanted an opportunity to at least have a comfortable chance to get down the field and try to tie the game, they needed to stop them sooner. This literally is their last opportunity to try and stop Queen City with an opportunity to try to win the game.
Let's see if they can do it. Jet Zero almost gets to the first down marker. A great play made by the Arizona defense getting in there and making the stop. Tanner Hendricks with the very important play. And that's going to end up being a 4th down. We'll see a field goal attempt here for James Peanuts Troll.
Yeah, boy, they sure do have to hope for a miss by Troll here. A make would pretty much all but seal the deal. But it does look like Queen City's going to go ahead and try to either draw them sides or go for it.
Definitely a head scratcher here for Queen City. Let's see if they run a play. It's not looking that way, and Arizona going to hold strong there, force Queen City to burn their first time out. Okay, like I said, a bit of a head scratcher for me. I'm not sure why you would go that route at this particular point in time. Maybe a little bit earlier on, that might have been a good way to go.
Yeah, I could see it earlier on. I mean, I guess I could see it here too. You're firm control. You're ahead by 8 points. If you go out there and try to draw them off sides, if they jump and you get the first down, the game's over. If you don't, you burn a timeout you probably weren't going to use anyways, and give them an opportunity to try and win the game here. But they've got to make this field goal. If they don't make the field goal, they're just giving Arizona a chance to get right back down the field.
46-yard field goal attempt. Kick is on the way, and it is through from 45 yards. That makes it an 11-point game, and that pretty much seals the deal here for Queen City.
Yeah, barring an absolute miracle, I have to imagine that Queen City probably just wrapped this game up, but Arizona might have something to say about that. You got to look back on this game and say that, hey, if they could have turned at least one of those field goals into a touchdown when they got down into the red zone, that they could still have an opportunity to go win this game. But the offense getting into the red zone stalled out every single time.
12-play, 57-yard drive results in that 45-yard field goal for Troll as he puts the Corsairs up by 11 with 1:46 to go in the ball game. Arizona with 1 timeout remaining, and it certainly is looking bleak here for the Scorpions.
Yeah, I have to imagine that it's probably about it, honestly, for Arizona here. But if you're Arizona, you want to see if you can get your offense on the move and try to build some momentum after a lackluster showing for him today.
4 wideouts for Jackson to work with. Moses in the backfield with her. She avoids the sack, gets the throw away into double coverage and caught. Only for a gain of 4, though. They'll have to hurry up to the line as they only have the 1 timeout.
Extraordinarily impressive play there for Jackson. Just absolutely stepping away from the sack and getting rid of the football. Short throw on second down, though. That's not going to do it for him, Eric.
No, it's not. They're going to have to air it out here, and they're going to have to do it in a hurry. 3rd and 5 now as we approach the 60-second mark. Towards the far sideline, well out of bounds this time. Intended for James' hands, and that'll stop the clock with 1:11.
Well, they've made a valiant effort here, but this is truly it here on 4th down. If they don't convert this, I got to imagine Queen City just takes a couple knees and runs this one out.
So here's the ball game pretty much here, folks. Jackson in the gun. Moses sidecar right. She's got 4 wide receivers to work with. Jackson throws it towards the near sideline. That's going to be short of the line to gain as Roscoe Justice does not get to the 1st down marker. Great play once again by this Queen City defense as Stenzo Woods Jr. makes the big play.
Yeah, Stenzo Woods Jr. coming in and making a great open field tackle on 4th down to give your offense the football back with an opportunity to just go ahead and bleed the rest of the clock out. It looks to me, Eric, as if Queen City is going to go ahead and take their 3rd win of the season and move to 3-1. Arizona, unfortunately, taking a loss here. They're going to move to 1-3.
And Kate, I don't think as Arizona burned final timeout with 1:06 to go, I don't think that the score is indicative of how Arizona played. Their defense hung very, very tough with Queen City and forced A.J. Caswell, who's been one of the more successful quarterbacks in the SFL so far, into throwing 4 different picks today.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to look at it coming into this particular football game, Queen City's offense was averaging 31 points per game. We discussed that earlier, averaging 378 yards per game. That is 3rd and 2nd in the SFL overall. Arizona's defense has held them to far fewer than that, forced 4 turnovers from A.J. Caswell. I mean, Arizona, despite losing this football game, the defense has got to be proud of itself. They've got something to build on moving forward, and if they can get the offense going, they have an opportunity to really turn the season around.
Would definitely have to agree with you on that, as we will see one more kneel down here from Caswell, and that will be the ball game. Looking forward to their next ball games here next week in week 5. Queen City is going to travel to Denver to take on the Night Wings at Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium, and the Arizona Scorpions, they will be traveling. They will be right back here at home. They'll take on the Chicago Wildcats coming in here and playing at Arizona Scorpions Stadium, as 20-9 will be the final score. Queen City moving to 3-1 on the season. Arizona falling to 1-3 as we get a look at the final stats and highlights from this ball game. And Kate, again, Arizona's defense hanging tough, and they did a great job today.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal performance for Arizona's defense, allowing just 332 total yards for a high-flying Queen City offense. And in turn, the same thing I could say for Queen City's defense, doing a phenomenal job really keeping Arizona in check offensively. Only 129 yards total, I believe, for Ashley Jackson on the day. And that's not the number I'm sure Arizona's offense is looking for. They're going to look to build on some mistakes they made in this football game and try to turn things around moving forward.
Yeah, certainly would have to agree with that, as Queen City, they were the formidable offense coming into this game. Looking at the head-to-heads, Arizona's offense was not really the strong point of their ball club. Their defense certainly was, and we saw it today, especially their secondary. Queen City's defense, as you mentioned, Cade, holding strong against this kind of anemic offense for the Scorpions. And, when you're trying to gain your footing and you're playing against a great defense, it's very, very difficult to get things going.
Oh, for sure. I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I think we got to throw a little shout out at rookie fullback Jet Zero there, averaged over 4 yards a carry today, gained 69 yards on 17 carries. Nice job by him. Wide receiver Chris Curtis, number 84. No surprise there, Eric. He's your player of the game. 12 catches, 140 yards, and a touchdown, averaging just shy of 12 yards per catch.
Hats off to the logo himself, Chris Curtis. And on behalf of my best friend, Kate Stevens, Stephen Hacker down there in the stats truck, executive producer and commissioner Cameron Irvine, all the great people deep in the heart of Texas at Simulation Football League HQ, we want to thank you for tuning into this presentation of the Simulation Football League. Do not go anywhere. Vice Wars is up next. Colin and Rick Northrup on the call, live from Vegas, here on 11 Sports and for the fans. Good day and happy watching.